Alright guys, here's what we're going to do. We are going to open up our Nintendo Switch edition of Terminator 2D No Fate. I'm going to show you the contents in here. I would imagine it's going to be similar, if not the same contents that were in the PS5 edition. I don't know if it's slightly different per console, so that's what I'm really curious about. But let's get into this and take a look at this day one edition of the game. I like the collector's boxes. I like to put these up on the shelf. And day one edition, Terminator 2 No Fate. This is made by Reef Entertainment and Bitmap Bureau. Let's take a look at the contents in here, and I'll show you the cool items that came with it. One of the things that it comes with, which yes, it is in here. I'm glad they did the same thing as they did with PS5. It's such a cool thing that they did, and I'm really excited about it. But first, let's grab the case itself. So there we go, the Nintendo Switch cartridge case. Apparently this has reversible cover art, so we'll take a look at that when we open up the case itself. But basically it mirrors what we saw on the outer box, but I'm really curious to see what the flip side of that's going to be, so we'll take a look at that in a minute. Let's take a look at our contents. I'm going to save that for last because I think it's the most special thing that's in here. But let's grab first, it gives you this really cool collector's coin. Oh, it's upside down. It's a Terminator 2. It says no cash value on the back there. Terminator 2D, No Fate on the coin. I'll flip it up so you can see it like that. Really cool collector's coin. I love stuff like that. On the back end here, it says Studio Canal, which is one of the developers on here. It also has Reef and Bitmap Bureau on there. For amusement only, no cash value. Everything on the back there of the coin. It's really cool, and it's a nice little, it's got a decent amount of weight to it. It's a nice little collector's coin. The other super cool thing this came with, and we'll open it up, is not only a poster, but it's a cloth poster. And these are super cool. I haven't seen one of these, like a cloth poster, in like ages. Let's open this up so you can see the artwork on it. Here we go. We got the cover art, Terminator 2D No Fate, all on the cloth poster. Let me back up a little bit more. But I think this is super cool. A really good size too. I really like this a lot. I think this is super cool artwork. And there's something I want to point out about this, and it's one of the things that has allowed this to be a budget title. You take a look on here, we have Linda Hamilton's likeness. We have Robert Patrick on there. Who are we missing? Arnold. Arnold's likeness is not in the artwork. And that's one of the things that has allowed this game basically to be a budget title, because the money that would have to go in to utilize his likeness, I'm sure would have amped up the production costs of this game dramatically. Now, the last thing that this came with, and this is why I saved it for last, is because for me personally, this is the most special item in this because of the day and age we live in and what we deal with games now. And that is a full manual. It came with a full color manual. I'm talking like this is detailed with how to play, all your moves, explaining the HUD, explaining everything you experience in this game in a nice, thick color manual. It's got all the artwork for all the different sprites and characters that you're going to see in the game, and it's just absolutely insane that they included something like this. Now, I'm curious what's inside the actual case, because the PlayStation 5 edition came with 2 copies of the manual. One, this large size, just like this, and another one slightly smaller that was inside the PS5 case. And I looked at it, and it's the same, just in a different size. So the PS5 edition came with 2 manuals. So I'm really curious, because I never see any manuals inside a Nintendo Switch case. So let's find out if there is a second Switch-sized manual inside this case. This is exciting. I think if there is, this may be the very first and only Nintendo Switch manual that I have in my collection so far. And I got a bunch of Switch games back there. Okay. Moment of truth. Does it have a manual? Oh, I think it does. Oh, and the flip side artwork looks awesome. We're going to look at that in a second. Holy crap. Quick start guide, everybody. All in color. They did it. There is a Nintendo Switch-sized manual in there as well. I am so happy. I am so happy that this exists. And it pops into the side here. So you could store it in the case just like that. We have our cartridge right there. And then there's the flip side artwork. So here's our artwork that it came standard. Let's flip it around. Close that up. So here we go. We still have the back showing the game. And then we have future John Connor on the alternate artwork. All done in the 16-bit sprites. Putting them together there. I think I'm going to keep this edition like this with John Connor on the outside, and I'm going to keep my PS5 edition with the alternate artwork that has Robert Patrick and Linda Hamilton on it. Super cool collection right here. I love this. I am so happy about that mini manual. This, I think, is the coolest one. I mean, that large manual is awesome. I really like this. This right here, being this rectangular shape, very reminiscent of NES manuals. This is very, very cool. That is absolutely beautiful. I am so happy with what they did with this. Thank you so much for watching that video. Be sure to click that like button and stick around for more content like this right here.